Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Andrew Can and together we can game, here to bring you my brand new project, Can Play Firewatch. Now I have never played Firewatch before, so this is going to be a blind playthrough. That said, I have heard about Firewatch. I know a lot of people praise this game, and let me know what you think about Firewatch. Personally, I am very excited to be here. The reason I picked this game up is because 2 days ago at the time of recording this, so February 9th, 2017, I saw that Firewatch was on its 1-year anniversary sale, and I really always wanted to play it but never got around to it. So I thought, what better way than to let's play it. So that being said, why don't we go ahead and get started? I really have no idea what to expect, but I've heard nothing but high praise, so hopefully it's a great game, and let me know what you think about Firewatch. Alright, so off the bat, I hear some miscellaneous noise in the background. Campo Santo presents in cooperation with Panic Inc. Boulder, Colorado, 1975. Alright, so we kind of have the setting already. I've never actually been to Colorado, so I wonder if it's a beautiful area. You see Julia. Oh, okay. Ooh, that's some nice music. She's about your age, late 20s, laughing with well-dressed professors and grad students from nearby CU Boulder. You, Henry, are out drinking with your pals. Oh, so we're Henry? So we're drinking with pals. We see Julia, who's in her late 20s, and she goes to CU Boulder. You approach her. You are drunk. I told you time and time again, I'm not as thick as you drunk I am. You're pretty. So, what's your, major? Okay, so Henry would, I don't know anything about Henry, but I feel like he would ask about her major. You slur the word major and it smells like Coors. You give an awkward smile. Evolutionary biology, she says, and I'm a professor. Cool. You reply. What's yours? She asks. She sniffs the air. Toxicology? Was that a burn? You ask. She says definitely. Worried she hurt your feelings, she asks if you want to split a cheeseburger. 1 week later, you are Julia's boyfriend. Henry got game! Man, that was a quick, must have been a good cheeseburger. Oh. Right off the bat, I love the graphics setting of the game. I like how it looks. Looks pretty good to me. Let me know what you think. So use objects. We can pick up the backpack. Makes sense. Oh. Love the serene, nice, subtle music there. I also like how there's the bell, and this is pretty accurate. So, like, what can we use? Can we interact with that? Can we pick up the garbage? Can we clean up? No? Okay. So it's obvious we're in a parking garage. There's a truck over there. That's where they want us to go. Some cardboard boxes, some tires. Just want to kind of see what they have before I make that commitment. Wow, so you can go behind here. Don't think there's any point of doing that. We probably should go to the vehicle. But just like the serene settings, I love the color and the shading. Visually, it's beautiful. Truck door, get in. I like how we have a ring on. Left hand, too. You date for over a year. She drives you absolutely nuts. It's great. I like that. I like that a lot. You move in. You share an apartment near the school with a view of the mountains. You two drink beers out on the deck. You drink beer just about anywhere. Life is good. I like the way it's demonstrating the story. Julia wants to get a dog. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle Julia is in love with. She wants to bring it with her to class. There's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia while walking this dog. It's badass. You pick up the beagle and she names him Bucket. You adopt the shepherd and name him Mayhem. So interesting, right off the bat we can choose Julia's happiness or our own. And a lot of times in relationship, that is a struggle you have. Do I want to have the happiness of someone else or my own? Or what's the compromise here? So you pick up the beagle and she names him Bucket. You adopt the shepherd and name him Mayhem. Now, there's also an intimidating but gentle-eyed German shepherd. Nothing bad could happen to Julia, so it's also a protective measure. There's a scruffy, undersized beagle. Julia's in love. So we have to choose between her safety or what she wants. And a lot of times the most dangerous game to play is safe, so I'm going to go with the beagle because I feel like the protective choice is the shepherd. So let's go beagle. Bucket's a good dog, and a week later, you've totally forgotten about the other one. Julia loves him. You love him too. See, and that was, I think, a good payoff for that. 1979, so wow, 4 years later. I cannot read today. Case in point. You talk out on the deck. It's summer, 9:30 p.m., and the heat still radiates off of the high desert. What do you think about kids? She asks. Kids? They're not very smart, or good at much. I love the brutal honesty from Henry there. I'm saying, if you and I have a couple of little idiots. So I like how she really has a snark contrast to Henry here, and I like that. I like that a lot, actually. One day, why rush? That would be pretty good. So we've been together 4 years now. We have a dog together. I mean, that's ample amount of time, though. One day, why rush? I feel like that would be pretty good as a better option here. We've been together for some time. In that case, we should probably get married. Yeah, I would like that, you say. These kids are going to be screwed up enough. It's probably for the best their parents are hitched. You say she's absolutely right. I like the interaction between us and Julia. And it even makes the wedding ring I see on him make a little more sense. Also, this environment is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Visually, this game is a beauty to look at. So right off the bat, we see fire damage. Fire danger. Today is extreme. Prevent forest fires. Only you can prevent forest fires. Everyone remember that. That is some good advice from my good old friend, Little Bear of not so name. I am just completely taken in by these visuals. So, thoroughfare trail ahead. You're in their country. Learn to live with bears. Do not forget to check in. No fireworks. Thoroughfare trail is not recommended for inexperienced hikers. Thoroughfare is a primitive backcountry trail, so it's actually really cool. And I like how there's a map. So that's north, that's east, that's south, and that's west. Good to know. It's probably about time we go on the trail. I am just in love with this game's visual style, and let me know what you think about the visual style of the game. 1980. It's Thursday night and Julia is 4 hours late. She doesn't call you. You're worried and getting angrier by the minute. She walks in after you've gone to bed. She's not quite drunk, but she's clearly been having a fun time. You fight when she gets between the sheets. Oh wow. So our first fight really that we're experiencing as a player, so I can get mad or I can ignore her. So as a couple, fights like this are a breakdown in communication. So I can get mad, which will in turn make her upset as well. I can ignore her, which could make her even worse. But this isn't a long-term kind of fight. This isn't a serious morals fight. This is kind of a small little fight, so I'm going to ignore her. I want to see what that leads to. You don't touch each other all night. The next day you feel guilty for being so angry and ask her about her evening. She says it was great. You hold on to a tiny pill of resentment. You make coffee and go to work. 1981. Julia still likes to draw. She draws plants from her research. She draws all the places you go. She draws you. You pose and flex like He-Man. You frolic like a Victoria's Secrets model. Okay, so these are two. We could be macho or we can be silly. I feel like Henry is more silly in this relationship, so let's go with you frolic like a Victoria's Secret model. Very nice. I like that. And I like how time's progressing. It's 1981 now. Whoa, look at the contrast of the forest as it's been shown to us just within the time changes. Things are not as lush and green as they were in that first one. They're a lot more dry, which makes sense, especially considering the name of the game is Firewatch. That sunset, though. If any case there was, or game's art, this image right here. Let me know, do you think that is beautiful, or is it just me? Because I think that is gorgeous. Just even this nice music, the subtle atmosphere, everything just is coming together so well. 2 forks, lookout tower, 8 more miles still. Spacebar to climb over obstructions. (1982). During the summers, you and Julia enjoy walking Bucket at night. There's a festival in town. It brings in folks from faraway places. One of them tries to mug you with a knife. Oh no. Bucket gets kicked. Fuck! Dog! Julia yells. She gets flustered and has trouble speaking. When she is stressed, you confront the attacker. You beat his goddamn face in! Your arm gets cut up, but you beat the guy to a pulp. You don't feel very tough. You cry your eyes out before the cops show up. Julia asks you to take a different path from that day forward. You say okay. You don't want to go that way either. From then on, you walk by the river. So now we're no longer walking that path, we're walking by the river. Makes sense. 1984. Plans to have kids gets waylaid by work. As the amount of time that jumps forward, you kind of see the progression of the relationship here. And we've been together for a long time now. So we've known each other since 1975, 9 years. So that's a long time. So plans to have kids get waylaid by work. Julia gets offered a job at Yale. Yale is in Connecticut, 2,000 miles away. It's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. Commute? There's no way she can commute back and forth. Convince her not to take the job. So here is the dilemma we have as Henry. It's incredibly selfish of us to not want her to take the job because we want to stay where we are. Though if she also, to counteract that point, if she knew us well enough, she would know we'd never want to leave. So, agree if she commutes back and forth just is not realistic. And 2,000 miles away, there's no way. But it's a great job, associate department chair. She wants to move. You absolutely do not. I can convince her not to take the job, but that's selfish on Henry's part. And it doesn't... Both of the choices we have to tell her are selfish. So, I don't want to convince her not to take the job. Agree if she commutes back and forth. That's just unrealistic for her, because that's giving her like, yeah, you can do the job if. And that's also an ultimatum. So, really interesting choices were being presented here. And it's really, both, like I said, are pretty selfish. So, I don't want to convince her not to take the job. She wants to move, so she does want it. So if I convince her not to take the job, she may resent me. Let's see what this option leads. You ask her if she'll commute back and forth. You don't want to move to Connecticut. She says that'll be hard, but she'll do it if you won't move. You tell her not to pass it up if it's what she wants. She agrees. She flies back to Boulder 3 times each semester. So she's going to be away from home a lot now. Which is, Oh gosh. Julia is sent home from Yale on paid leave after having an episode. She lost it on a colleague for borrowing books that were important to her research. She didn't remember she had happily loaned them to him just 2 days prior. So this is a year later. Wow. She was found crying in the stairwells. You say that maybe you guys should talk to someone about it. You make macaroni and drink wine and try to forget about it. So the short-term solution here is to make macaroni and drink wine, try to forget about it. But if it's a problem, we need to see someone about this because it's gonna last longer than just one night. This option here is putting a band-aid on an issue. This option is getting it fixed. I think we should talk to someone about it. After seeing multiple doctors and having many tests, they are worried that Julia might be suffering from early onset dementia. She is 41. Whoa. See, if we would have just ate food and forgot about it, we would have never known that Julia has dementia. You both decide to keep it a secret for now. I mean, justifiably so, too. It's not one of those things that we should be telling the world about. So why don't we pick up the journal? I actually want to see what's in here. Oh my god. Bucket is getting older. Julia comments that it's kind of nice because he gets in less trouble around the house. A week later, she goes back to the university. I kind of wish it would have let us look at the journal a little longer. That image was hilarious. 1987. Julia's affliction gets worse. She can't remember things in class. Her research is in shambles. She drives her car to the next town over for no particular reason, and has to be brought home by the police. She is devastated. She is sent home on permanent medical leave. It's sad because we're starting to see her mind be taken over by the dementia. Some days you get the Julia who calls you a dope and your unborn children little idiots. Other days you get a stranger. She pulls you into bed to make love. After 5 minutes, she goes into a panic believing her dad is at the door. Whew. This game is heavier than I thought it was going to be. You tell her family. They are crushed and begin to make trips to and from their home in Australia to visit her. For a while, your friends come by with little things to brighten your day. She gets worse. Ooh boy. 1988. You spend your days following Julia around the house. You count the seconds between the 2 weekly visits from Daniel, the nurse. He suggests that Julia could live somewhere else, somewhere with 24-hour care, a home. It sits with you for a couple of months. You decide to move her into a full-time care facility. You are determined to take care of her by yourself. This is yet again another choice, right? So at this point, Julia has dementia. She's getting progressively worse, and Henry has to decide if he's going to love his wife, take care of her himself, or decide to move her into a full-time care facility. He can still visit her. However, that option, he can still work, he can still do things, but if he has to take care of her by himself, he could lose his job. He can't. And these are real choices. I did not know this game was going to give me choices like this. I gotta be very honest with you, it's making me think a lot, especially it's more of an in-depth look into myself, if anything, and how I would react. Now, yes, we're playing as the guys as Henry, but these are still choices I'm making as a player. So it's interesting to see the breakdown of this game, and I really am liking that. I think it's really creative. So it sits with you for a couple months. So we've had a couple of months now to think about this. I can be determined to take care of her by myself, or I can move her to a care facility. Henry clearly loves this woman. At this point, he's been with her for 13 years, and if I'd been with someone for that long, I would try to take care of them myself. And I think Henry would too. That visual is gorgeous! And also, you can see the how the forests have changed too throughout the years. Don't think I can climb that, and I think that's what that... Oh, wait. Can I? No. I think that's what that tree was trying to show me. I love these sections. These are just visually beautiful. The fallen trees and just the serene feeling. It's very beautiful. I'm loving the way this looks. I like this little path it's given us. Ooh, an animal. Oh, that was beautiful. It's impossibly hard. The worst is when you get mad at her. Like when she tries to cook her own food. You can't do anything without her, and she can't do anything without you. So this is now a fully dependent on each other relationship. Which isn't healthy at all. When she goes to sleep, you stay up for a few hours, drinking on the deck, watching baseball in the summer, college basketball in the winter, drinking then too. You start going out after you put her to bed. The first time you do it, you worry about her getting up and walking around while you're gone. You put a chair in front of the bedroom door. You trust that she sleeps like a rock. That would lock her in, and that's not fair to her. That's just kind of cruel in my opinion. I think we're going to trust that she sleeps like a rock. Hopefully, that's right. You go to the same bar at the boring end of Pearl Street. I wonder if Pearl Street's a real street in Colorado. Though I'm assuming we're still there. It's nice there. Over time, you tell Sheila, the bartender, everything. It's a huge weight off of. You're home and in bed by 1 a.m. a couple of nights a week. You look forward to those nights. 1989. One night, you were stopped at a DUI checkpoint. You blow a .10 and are taken for jail for the night. You consider trying to hide it, but you tell your sister-in-law, Susan. Oh boy, we are hitting a downward spiral here with Henry. Julia's parents take the next plane from Australia. They can't believe the state your house is in. Then they tell you Julia is coming to live with them. You don't argue. You say you'll visit soon. A few weeks go by. Summer is coming, and you see an ad in the paper for a job. You take it. Enter the lookout tower. So now Julia is with her parents in Australia. We promise we'll visit, and we took a job. Before I go in the lookout tower, just look at those stars. That is so beautiful. The moon, the clouds, the stars. This is a beautiful game. And just that backstory. Just seeing how long we've been with Julia. We take a job. We got a DUI. Like, things are not good for us. But at least we have a job now. That is just so gorgeous. If anything, this game makes me want to go to the mountains again. Which is a good testament to a game if it makes you want to explore. I like how you can see Thoroughfare Lookout. So we can see other towers from where we are. That's good to know. Before I go in, I just want to take in this beautiful scenery. That is just some of the most beautiful imagery I have ever seen in a game. Holy hell. That is gorgeous. Alright. Should probably go in the lookout. Open the door. Turn on the power. Generator switch. Power comes on.
Hello, Two Forks Tower.
Delilah. Two Forks Tower. Radio. Should probably pick that up.
Two Forks Tower, this is Thoroughfare Tower. Come in.
Hold left shift to activate radio. Hello?
Hello? Whoever this is?
It's Henry, right?
Yeah.
I'm Delilah.
Yeah, that's what the guy said on the phone.
So, what's wrong with you?
Excuse me?
People take this job to get away from something. So, what's wrong?
What's wrong with you?
That's a great idea. Go ahead.
Look, I just hiked for 2 days, so I don't really follow whatever it is you're doing right now.
You take a stab at what's wrong with me.
Fine, then can I sleep forever?
Sure, buddy. Okay, now go ahead.
You've killed 3 ex-husbands. You're rebelling against mom. Nobody back home can stand you. Oh, I like all of these options. I like you're rebelling against mom. That just seems funny to me.
Okay, you're probably just rebelling against a mom who wishes you had given her grandkids, by the sound of your voice, at least 15 years ago. You come out here and it really grinds her gears and you love it. Can I sleep now?
Well, she also says I fuck immature men, but in my defense, who wouldn't want a 28-year-old with ambition and energy and some fire in his belly in bed?
Me, I'm going now.
Just a second, now it's my turn.
Okay, good night, bye.
Let's see. I don't know anything about you, but 9 times out of 10, folks out here simply got dumped.
Huh, is that it?
Close?
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the job.
What an interesting start to a game. Firewatch Day 1.
Good morning, Henry. Well, I guess good afternoon. You probably slept like a rock. Anyway, there's still a few hours of daylight to get some work in. I can see you at your desk, so call me when you're ready.
So we can choose when to call her. Flemington. Photo with Julia. So this is Julia and I. Desk lamp. So do I... That's the only thing it's giving me an option for. It's kind of interesting. I just want to... So we're in Wyoming now. Volunteers, look out. Peace, solitude, and the great outdoors. Paradise. Dig it. Guess we'll pick up the radio. Left shift to activate. Sorry, guess I slept in.
Hey, sorry, guess I slept in.
You got a relaxing, 14 hours of sleep? Whew.
Yeah, Jesus, I guess it's 6?
6:45.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. That hike puts everyone out of commission for a day or two. But now that you're up, let me quickly get you acquainted with the job. There's a thing in the middle of your room with a round map on it. Do you see it?
Alright, map table. Report map table. Let's go ahead and do it. Unless this is our first kind of chance to explore. Chlorotox, really? Let's go ahead and report the map table.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
This is the Osborne Firefinder, invented in 1914 by W.B.
Osborne?
You use this to spot, you guessed it, What the fuck?
What is it?
Nothing. You use this to... Oh, fuck me!
Good God, language, lady.
Out your west-facing window. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are those fucking fireworks?
West. They are fireworks.
I need you to confirm. Do you see them?
Yes, I see them.
Whoa, that's not legal, right?
No. You need to get down there right now and stop them. Fire danger is through the fucking roof.
Is that really my job?
Your job is whatever I say it is. Look, the closest ranger is like 2 days away. Go down there and set them straight.
But I want to look at this. Alright.
Do you think you can handle that?
Like, kick the shit out of them? Can I write them a ticket? Let's go with... Can I write them a ticket?
I'm sorry it's not in the job description.
Do I write him a ticket?
Easy there, Dirty Harry.
Well,
Get going. You'll probably need a rope to get down the shale between you and the lake, if I remember right. There should be one in the supply box on the way. The code is 1234. It's actually that for all of them.
Wow, so they're 1, 2, 3, 4. Smart.
Smart.
Shut up.
I love just kind of the little rapport we have going here with Delilah. The singular mind. This book was actually something I was reading when she was talking. Have you considered the untapped power of your mind? Do you often ponder the unexplainable? Do you find yourself seeing what is not there? Do you explore the labyrinth of your own psyche? Renowned psychologist wrote of the power of the solitary mind. This is isolated, unclogs the avenues of our day-to-day, helping us unlock the psychological potential buried deep within ourselves. The Seattle Enterprise. Readers will be enraptured by this powerful exploration of Dr. Allard's hypervigilant methods of neuro-isolation. San Francisco Review. The quintessential roadmap of a mental enlightenment. Dr. Allard is a wizard. We should probably make our way. But we will make our way down in the next episode. Let me know. What did you think of that opening? I thought it was a fantastic opening. We learned so much about Henry. We learned about his wife, Julia. We learned about their dog, who by this point is either still alive or Bucket has kicked the bucket. But let me know what you think of the game so far. I am really excited to what's to come. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your time. And as always, I hope you have a great day.